What is up, everybody? I've got an update on the fish room. We're going to start with the plants that are growing immersed on the shelf, and then we're going to move on to the fish tanks in here. So let's get to it. Alright, so first plants in here, we've got Wisteria. Actually, I forgot the name, which kind of sucks. But it's either Wisteria or hygrophila difformis. I'm pretty sure it's Wisteria. I'm gonna have to double check on that, but it's one or the other. But either way, its growth is, well, it's the fastest growing plant in my immersed setup, that's for sure. It just grows and grows and grows. I'll trim it back and it'll grow back really fast. That's a really nice, easy plant for this, for immersed setup or in the tank. It's a really popular plant, like as I remember it, just because it's super easy to grow. It was one of the first plants that I ever had when I started breeding guppies. Okay, we'll go from the back to the front. So back here is Staurogyne Repens, and its growth has been not what I expected. It hasn't grown horizontally basically at all, but it's grown vertically plenty. It's even flowered down here a couple of times, and I'm not sure why it won't grow horizontally. So I've just had to manually cut and spread the stems individually. In the tank, in the 65 gallon, the next update I'll show you guys, but I have some Staurogyne Repens, 2 different varieties of it in that tank, and this variety tends to grow horizontally more in that in the underwater than above water. I'm not sure what that is, if it's the lighting or something. Next up is the Hydrocotyl Triparta. Can't really get a focus on that because it's really faint. If you can see, it's that thin stream right there. So that's the Hydrocotyl Triparta SP Japan. I just put that in there maybe not even a week ago. I put it in there 2-3 days ago, and it's already growing like crazy. As I kind of expected. Hydrocotyl doesn't really change its leaves that much when it goes above water, at least not that I've noticed. But it's a fast grower underwater, above water, easy plant. Hard to get rid of sometimes, but it's nice. Next up, Glossotigmia. I don't remember how to pronounce the second name. It's just common glosso. Again, I put this in at the same time I put the Hydrocotyl in, and it's growing just fine. It hasn't started spreading in any direction, but it has certainly grown a lot. So moving on from those two, we have the first of the Cryptocorynes in this setup, Cryptocoryne Undulata, which my crypts went through a crypt melt, but they went through a crypt melt about halfway since I bought them to now. It might have been from dehydration. I left the cover open a little bit too long when I was working on it, and they kind of died back since then. But they've been recovering, both Undulata and Wendtii green. They've both been recovering pretty nicely since then. Hopefully they get back to their previous glory and start propagating. Alright, so we're up one shelf, and now we can move on to the Ludwigia red. I started this container maybe a week or so after I started the Staurogyne Repens and the Wisteria and all those guys from the tissue cultures, but it grew amazingly. Ludwigia and Rotala and Bocopa, which I'm about to show you after this, are possibly 2 of the greatest plants for immersed setups. They just love to grow, especially, and Hydrocotyl. They just grow in a lot of conditions really quickly, and they love to flower too. So if you want to start propagating them by seeds, that's really easy. Each stem probably has a flower on it, or several flowers on it, and I added some stems while I was remodeling the 65 gallon. some of the stems that weren't entirely pleasing but were still growable, I put in here, and they've just been kind of going crazy since I put them in here. That's it for the Ludwigia. Alright, so now we're on the Bocopa Monieri. If I said that right. Did I have a label on this? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Bocopa Monieri. This is one of the easiest stem plants I've ever had. It's a fast grower. Well, it's not really a fast grower so much as it is a resilient grower, I guess. It'll take a while, but it just grows with whatever you've got, basically. If you want plants in your tank, but you don't really want to have all the planted substrate and do all the dosing, Bocopa's definitely one of the plants for you. I haven't had any flowers with these guys, but each stem tends to just grow straight perfectly up, even if the light is in one direction or another. It's a very consistent plant. That's pretty much it. It's a kind of slow grower, and it's taken a while to fill this container up. I've just had to keep trimming it. Alright, so this is the day after all the other parts of this video. I just realized that I forgot to cover one of the plants in the first long container for the emersed setup. My sister's using my HD camera right now, so I'm just using my phone. But the plant that I forgot to go over is this one right here. This is called P. Helferi, or the Downy Star, or not Downy Star, but Little Downy or Little Star. I don't remember what the genus name is. It's like Pogostemon or something like that. The phone really can't capture the color of this plant because of these LEDs, so I'm gonna see if I can pull this out. There it is. Alright, so this right here, I got it in a tissue culture, just like most of the other plants in here. It's been growing pretty well. Obviously it was a tissue culture, so it didn't really have to go through a transmission stage when I put it in this setup. I tried to put some in the 65 and basically none of it survived, but didn't really root too well. Got kicked around a lot by some of the larger fish in there, so I'm going to try it again once this grows enough to propagate and cut some off. But at least in the immersed form, it's a pretty hardy plant. It's not a super fast grower, but it's fast enough. And you know, while I'm at it, I might as well just show you this hydrocotyl. If you see in the I think right before this will be in the video, I showed you the hydrocotyl, and within a day, no wait, within 2 days, it's already made this new like 6-inch stem. So that's just how fast this plant grows. Yep, that's it. See you. Alright, so moving on to the fish tanks, we've got my second 65-gallon aquarium. This tank I'm setting up for N. Bartardi. I still need to do a few more water changes. The bacteria should be set by now. Just gotta make sure the pH and everything's still up there where the Tanganyika fish really like it. Also gonna add some more rocks into this tank just to fill up that empty space up top. And as you can see, this is the mother sword I mentioned in remodeling the 65-gallon. So yeah, you can see there are plenty of runners and plenty of baby plants. Some of them are, most of them actually, are perfectly ready to be separated, but I'm just gonna wait until I actually need to put them somewhere, just to make sure that I don't either harm the runner or just have a bunch of sword plants I have nowhere to place. I might put some more in the 65-gallon show tank, or I might just plant a bunch of them in this tank itself. But either way, this mother sword is great. When I bought it, like most mother swords, actually, now that I think about it, they just have a bunch of dying or rotten leaves that you just really want to get rid of as soon as possible. They're wasting the plant's energy, and the only reason they're still there is just because their mother swords are usually grown above water, just because it's a lot faster and a lot easier. But as soon as they get to the shop, they just want to drown the plants for no reason. So I put them straight underwater, and then a bunch of leaves get covered in algae or something. So just remove every leaf that just doesn't look perfect. But if you have to, you might want to leave a few of them, just in case the plant doesn't die out. But yeah, as soon as you get them off, it should start sending out new, healthier leaves meant for underwater conditions. But yeah, mother sword. Alright, now to the second filled aquarium, at least in this fish room, the 33 long. This tank has been through quite a lot in the year I've had it. No tank though has gone more than that 29 gallon, but this tank's been through a couple remodels, well, not a couple, many remodelings. It's been moved around a bunch, and it's had, I don't know, maybe 100 fish go through it. Most of them cichlids, cockatoides cichlids. But right now I've got a couple male guppies, a few females, and a trio of cockatoides. As you can see, the water level is really low right now. I'm just trying to initiate breeding. So I lowered the water about halfway down and took out the filter, which I'm just leaving running in that small tank just to make sure the bacteria don't die out. So I'm going to leave it like this for a couple days, maybe a week, and then I'm going to run RO water from those containers into, or rather through that bucket that's just filled with sphagnum moss to help lower the pH and give it, or add some tannins. There's a filter pad at the bottom of that bucket. There's a filter pad underneath the bucket right before it goes into the tank, just to make sure I get just the water and not so much of the actual moss particles that are just really a nuisance, especially when you want to change the water and get it as clean as possible. Yeah, right in that little container I've got one young male cockatoides that if I put in this tank, he'd just get killed by rather his father actually, but yeah, he'd just get killed immediately. Yeah, so this tank, the only plants I have in here are an anubias plant in that container, and some Ricciofluitans in that corner over there, which probably has a bunch of plants in it because I took it from the Garden of the Roots tank. Yeah, I'm just gonna, next update, hopefully there'll be some fry in this tank. That's it for today. See you guys in the next video.